Hi, Chris here. Darren there. Ep-
Darren there.
Episode 35. We're about to record this. What do you got for me? Just lead off the week here.
You just put me on the spot like that. Nothing. Like I'm a blank slate right now.
Since last recording, we both got haircuts. How
Yeah.
about that? Yeah.
I
So,
told her that I was looking for like an older, fatter, well, like not old Obi-Wan, but like Star Wars, like Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, but a fatter version.
I just said, do me.
Did you know? Fun fact. We both worked with a Scottish gal named Susan, and she was like, "Yeah, I went to high school with Ewan McGregor," and I was like, "You're full of crap." And I'm like, you get people that just lie about stupid shit, and you're like, whatever, dude. So like a couple days later, she came in with her high school annual or yearbook, and she's like, "Look, here he is," and
There,
they were in the same class together in Scotland.
there he was.
Yeah,
There he
interesting.
was. We're gonna call this episode 35. Mickey's in March just modifies moods.
What the
Because
hell?
what? Mickey's? When was the last time you had a Mickey,
Oh
DP?
God, I remember barfing a couple of like Mickey's grenades back in the day.
Yeah. Well, tis the green season
Can I
here.
tell you a really quick story about Mickey's?
Sure.
I don't remember what birthday it was of mine, but I remember drinking these, passing out in a fire on the beach, and waking up to my shoes being on fire and melted, and then kicking my shoes off, and then having to walk home without shoes, and everybody ditched me at the party because I was the drunk idiot.
So you reversed, put on your shit kickers and kick some shit.
I kicked rocks with my toes, is what I
Kick
did.
rock with your toes.
Yeah.
In this episode, we're going to talk about NFL free agency opened up this week. Some signings already. Conference tournaments are going on in basketball here right now. The Max Crosby debacle with the Raiders. VGK on a slide. Then we're going to go talk about some March 10th openings in and around the Valley in Las Vegas, a couple different categories. We're going to talk some new bar openings. We're going to talk about a pop-up. We're going to talk about Patty's Day. We kind of did a little precursor yesterday, like impromptu.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Tafford Talks. So he's coming back in my feed. So I think you and I probably both have a love-hate with some of his ideas, but if
Hey,
you're not,
when you're successful and you get rich doing what you do, people tend to listen to you a
yeah.
little bit more than they would me or you.
And his brown butter bourbon isn't horrible. Tafford Talks, Saks closing at Fashion Show, and Zook's announced a partnership with Uber that takes place later this summer. So
So,
again, we're calling this one episode 35. Mickey's in March modifies moods.
oh God, do we have to do this, Chris?
The sun is up, time to embark. Forget the rules, we'll make a mark. From bar to bar, the world's our stage. With Darren and Chris, we're turning the page. The neon signs, they light up.
Main segment, we're back. Vegas Day Drinkers. That's Darren. I'm Chris. Thank you for watching.
Kiddis is over there.
Yeah.
You'll probably hear her in a minute.
Our feline support system. We're calling this episode Mickey's in March modifies moods. A little alliteration in March
That is
for
the
you.
tongue twister.
Yeah. I
All
said,
your episodes are kind of like syllable full of syllable
you
soliloquy.
yeah, I mean, I'm not an easy read, but I have my temples and like formats, and I wanted to call it something else. We might do it next week, so I'm not going to give it away. But on a whim, I was looking for another beer, but then this just kind of hit different Mickey's. And it's probably going to hit different when we
Ready
open
to
it.
crack this?
When was the last time you had a Mickey's?
This as you just heard, it's been a long time, but the grenades, do they even make the grenades anymore?
I haven't seen them in a minute, but now that we've sailed, they'll probably show up.
Just the fact that it says fine malt liquor is just kind of an oxymoron, don't you think?
Yeah, which before we get this episode off, I was thinking about it. What is your best, worst malt liquor in the category?
I mean,
You have Genesee, you have Mickey's, you have Oldie, you have King Cobra, you have Still Reserve.
what is Mad Dog 2020? Is that a malt liquor?
I thought that was a wine. Kind of a
It's
cheaper
it's
wine.
a wine, yeah. Not that bad.
First sip of the day.
It tastes
First
like
sip.
really cheap beer, and but not bad though. Not bad flavor.
Well,
Like kind of like Budweiser, but with a little more to it.
you're telling Star Wars stories in the pre in the pregame about Ewan McGregor. I mean, what Lando Calrissian drinking?
What was it? Oldie.
Oldie, was it? Yeah.
Oldie.
I will tell you that aftertaste on it.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's funny when I see Mickey's and I instantly think of like Ben Affleck and like Boston and fucking just that whole attitude and like that and like the honey or the bee that's the logo.
Right.
Think of like some guy with fucking tattoos on his knuckles.
Yeah, scally cap. So come here, you Mick.
Not even with an Irish accent, just
Right.
some Boston accent.
You fucking wanker. Where's Mailman when you need a soundbite? So.
Yeah.
Let's see. NFL started free agency this week, so the official NFL season, I believe, opened today. Back in business. Not that it's ever out of business. Travis Kelce is back from my Kansas City boys. Your team, the Seahawks, was so nice. The Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker is going to the Chiefs, where I think he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
A lot of movement, and obviously more locally. I mean, Max Crosby, will he, won't he, will he, won't he. Apparently signed last week with the Ravens, but then did not pass his
test?
his physical. So they're rescinding the deal. So he's still with the Raiders.
How did he not pass the physical?
It's a bit of
What kind of rigorous do they like run you through an MRI?
well, he had his knee operated on, so I guess that's not healed yet, and I guess he didn't pass his physical, so they rescinded the deal.
It's kind of crazy. I think of a thing like like where somebody buying a horse, they look at their teeth and like lift up their tail. Like, do they do all that stuff with sports?
Probably,
too?
yeah. I mean, when you watch the combines, it's like I would imagine if you just went to the lots,
if you're going to pay somebody millions and millions of dollars, do they make you sit in a MRI, and like
I'm sure they do.
CAT scan and all that stuff?
I'm sure, yeah. It's extreme, because I mean, if you watch like the combines too, like last week or whatever, I mean, it's just like glorified horse trading, right?
Yeah.
Just how fast can this guy run? How tall can this
Which
guy jump?
is kind of a whole nother thing, like these billionaires just buying players, and trading them, and like it just seems kind of odd to me.
Sure. But you know what the combines don't test?
What's that?
Heart. Yeah.
The heart?
The
Well, I'm
will.
sure they spend a lot of time stressing the heart. And
not
testing
the
the heart.
physical aspect, but the heart of the player, So the intestinal fortitude.
I got what you're saying.
Gotcha.
I was just teasing.
So that's the NFL going on. Then the Max Crosby debacle, that was kind of just hitting as we're recording today. Then we were out and about yesterday for a little bit. We did a live on the patio with McMullen's. VGK played in Dallas last night, losing to the Stars. And I think they've lost 6 of their last 7, so they've been on a little bit of a slide.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like after the Olympics, what do you do after that? They're like, hey, we won gold.
Yeah.
6 of them did. They're like, we don't have to play anymore. We're good. We're gold medal winners.
Yeah. And speaking of gold and being in Italy for the Olympics, one of my, I forgot to write it on the board here, one of my new little fantasies, I know you're quite the coffee connoisseur. Some of the newer 7-Elevens out here have a machine, I believe it's called either the Franck or the Franca, and it's Swiss made.
Okay.
And man, the options on the screen, I mean, I can get a double shot espresso and turn it into a cafe latte.
So they've got like a freestyle machine for coffee?
Freestyle machine. And for, for $3.
One of the casinos has the new ketchup freestyle machine. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Heinz has a freestyle machine that freestyle, like how you can get all the different soda flavors. They have one for ketchup now that allows you to mix and match your flavors. So you can make like spicy ketchup, sweet ketchup.
Jesus.
Like different flavored ranches, Chipotle ranch, all kinds of stuff.
Man.
It's good. It's kind of neat. You set your little cup on there and it just pours it in there and it spins it around to mix it up, and then.
We have gone nuts with the companies.
Why not? We're literally hurtling through a ball in space. Why not be able to mix your condiments however you want and do whatever you want to do?
That's right. Flavor profiles.
Live your life, man. Live your life.
So while we were over there on the patio.
That's what our pal Ted Lasso said, right?
Yeah. So be a goldfish. While we were on the patio yesterday, we were recording, we saw the influx of the Gonzaga fans because I think it's the last season that Gonzaga is in the West Coast, or the Mountain West or West Coast, I forget.
Yeah.
Where they will be not playing at the Orleans any longer.
That's a damn shame because it's
recall.
like a tradition, for like years.
Yeah. So you just kind of in about a 10-minute period watch that whole restaurant just flood in with the colors of Gonzaga.
Yeah, it's great.
But you do have like the West Coast Conference and the Mountain West Conference going on right now, respectively, at T-Mobile, the Orleans Arena, and MGM. So
I wonder why they wouldn't just leave it the same, like location wise maybe move the tournaments a little bit because
Money.
Yeah,
Follow the money.
True.
Contracts.
So sad.
So
Why-
I mean, I've said it 100 times at the bar. First a Big 8 kid, then a Big 12 kid, and now you have in the Big 12 you I believe have Arizona and Arizona State, which doesn't even connect to the rest of the Big 12. You have multiple states in between, and that's all the big conferences in the country now. It's the Big 12 literally goes from West Virginia in the east all the way to Arizona in the west, where it used to be just like Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, all continuously touching each other.
You know what I was thinking of when you were doing that?
What?
Remember the old Animaniacs cartoon?
Yep.
There's one of the skits where Yakko goes through all the states
Okay.
and in all the countries, and he's rhyming while he's doing it.
Okay.
As soon as when you were doing that, I was thinking of Yakko singing that song.
I mean, if you're gonna be Shrek, you might as well be Yakko.
Yeah. Wacko, Yakko. I'm Wacko, he's Yakko.
Yeah. See new names every time.
Cheers.
Boy, this aftertaste.
You did it. You did it.
I
Chris.
know.
You brought it.
I could have brought the Guinness, but I thought the green can would be like.
This episode sponsored by whoever the hell makes Mickeys. Who makes Mickeys? Do I even want to know? Who makes it now?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yesterday had a couple big openings in Las Vegas. A couple different things. After much talk and delay, Google Fiber is now available in parts of the Las Vegas Valley. They're rolling out first in Summerlin. So
All right.
if you're a Summerlin resident, I believe you could probably start as of yesterday signing up for Google Fiber.
I am, I've been with Cox forever, but when Cox hit like $300 for my bill for everything, cable and everything, I got rid of it. I've been a cable only guy, just internet guy only for like 15 years now.
It hasn't been that long for me, but yeah, a lot of the services, I was like, you guys have lost your minds.
Which is crazy. You think I've been paying $100 a month for Cox, and I think Google Fiber is going to be similar. It's going to be around the same price. But I just looked into. I called Cox to see if they'd give me a better deal because you can get T-Mobile wireless or Minternet for $30 a month,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Well, hopefully in the spirit of competition, it does drive some of it down. It's just,
The other thing is crazy because in America's the only country that rips people off for internet, all the overages and all that stuff. They've all been. I mean, remember they've been doing it as long as it's a tale as old as time. Remember texting, and if you went over so many texts, you had to pay per text and
yeah.
all that, and over on your minutes on your phone. I mean, it's just literally data. It's zeros and ones, and yet we get charged for it.
That's
You
right.
go to Japan and internet's $20 a month, and that's it.
Well, when I used to do business to business cell phones, that would be the big thing because everyone did not want to get rid of their unlimited because
Yeah.
I get it. I still pay for unlimited.
Yeah.
But that's Google's rolling out in the Vegas Valley finally, and then also the high-end membership-only club Zero Bond opened at the Wynn yesterday also.
Oh, cool.
So from the
Just
people,
another way for the rich to separate themselves from everyday people.
I just tossed the bait in on that one.
Where's the zinger, Darren? He's going to do it.
So
I just think, much like the royal family back in the old days, how they inbred and they got stupider and stupider. I think that's where we're going with the rich in this country right now. So
this is the same operator out of the one, I guess, in New York.
Yeah.
And I was looking up fees. It's $1,000 to sign up and then $2,750 annually at just that location. But if you want to do multiple locations, it is $50,000 to sign up and $7,500 annually.
cool.
Now I'm assuming, and then of course they have a curated mixology program. I don't know if they really have. They have a cigar room in there. I don't know if they really have. They have a restaurant adjacent to it.
Yeah.
But nothing specific in there except maybe other small
I thought
treats.
about, like me here, I have a formal dining room, and I thought about converting it into a little bar, and for those that don't know, I'm a big Star Trek fan, so I was going to theme it.
What?
Well, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, if you could actually turn the camera, you would see a whole nother world. But I was thinking about turning it into a little private club and having people come over and doing that.
Yeah.
And I think, hey, why not? If they're doing it, the rich are doing it, why can't I do it at my own home, right? Make my own little club.
haven't they talked about that? Where granting business licenses to private residences?
I think so.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm a capitalist. If you want to get rich, hopefully you do, and hopefully, you make enough money to get into these clubs.
Well,
I've been trying to get into D23 at Disneyland for
Oh boy.
a million years.
Well, why don't we just do what the big boys do and just register as a mega church, and it's all just donations, so we can't get taxed on it. Work the system. Come on,
the
baby.
Church of Day Drinking?
The Church of Spock.
Oh, well, that's a whole other story.
Or the Church of Day Drinking.
Yeah.
The Tabernacle threw him with him in.
Speaking of day drinking, cheers.
Cheers.
Here, let's choke this down. This is lovely.
We put the big Guinness tip bucket on the front part of the bar. It was usually on the back bar here, but I was joking around with Darren. We're going to put it in the middle for a second. We're going to split the G.
Split the G.
Are you guys familiar with that little drinking competition with the Guinness tulip glass? Have you seen that out there? So
I remember the first time I saw people doing it. Sean, I think it was Sean Quinn, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Sean.
Yes, happy birthday. A young 34.
Yeah, young 34. He's a wild man from where's he from?
He's not Tyrone, but he's up in the
Tyrone.
north.
He's up, Tyrone adjacent. If you don't know, that's in the northern Ireland.
Just Tyrone, not adjacent.
Tyronical
Yeah.
is what he is.
Yeah, where's my turkey dinner?
Yeah.
But that was there. So yeah, we were
Dennis flashbacks right there.
We were doing that, so we split the G, which I have on a chalkboard at work too, and we've noticed an uptick in sales of Guinness.
Explain what split the G is.
It's the middle of the alphabet where you just split it. No. So with the Guinness
For those that don't know, because I'm sure a lot of people watching don't have any idea.
With the word, the branding of the Guinness on the tulip glass, apparently like your first pull, you kind of take that initial sip of the Guinness after it's poured, that depth, and then that second knockback, and if you've pulled the perfect, that line of the foam is going to be right there on the split G.
Yeah.
So it's stupid, it's dumb, but it's something else,
Hey, it's just a goofy, fun thing. See if you can do it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, when you first start pouring Guinness, you try to pour that perfect pint. And when you finally kind of nail it and you get it and you can do it every time, it's kind of a good feeling.
That's right. Well, I mean, yeah. And
so if you're on the other side of the bar drinking them, instead of pouring the perfect pint, you're just trying to split the G instead. Because we're doing the labor. They're just enjoying the fruits of our labor, right?
But in the pub culture, that's a very real deal.
Hell yeah, it is.
So with the Google Fiber and the Zero Bond at the Win, then they're also talking about some other bars. I think you brought up one of them, but I have not been to any of them.
So does that mean there's going to be 0 James Bonds at the Zero Bond bar?
Perhaps.
Like no bonds allowed?
Maybe diamonds are forever.
It'll be like, Bond, James Bond. No, sir. 86 him.
Diamonds are forever.
Who's the owner? Like, kind of funny. Wouldn't it be funny if the owner was Blofeld?
Ernst. Have you been to Viking Matt's Alpine Yurt Bar downtown yet?
Viking Mike's.
Mike's, sorry.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't read my own writing.
I have a tiki mug right on the other side.
Okay.
And, I'm not really a huge tiki mug collector. Every once in a while I buy one. You see the Red Dwarf one here, which I highly recommend. If you're ever in Vegas, look it up. It's fantastic. My favorite is going in there and getting a pizza to go and having it be like burlesque night, and you get some crazy person dressed as like Jessica Rabbit doing burlesque. Like, what the hell? Anyway.
Have you been to White Whale?
Side quest.
Have you been to White Whale?
No. What is White Whale?
That's another bar. Apparently, we have to check out down there. I have not been to Viking Mike's.
Dude, it seems like they're like opening a bar every other weekend down there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is crazy, and we've talked about that in the past. Obviously, we have our favorites, but it's like it just the arts district kind of just keeps evolving, and like we were talking about Zero Bond a moment ago.
Yeah.
But then they opened that membership only club down there, the Doberman.
You know what? They say that's not actually a membership only club. It is available to everybody. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They do have. I do believe they have an area that is members only.
Okay.
But I recently saw a TikTok where they were like, no, it's not members only. So.
Well, you know what White Whale also is?
Members only club.
OnlyFans name.
Sorry. Lots of blubbering going on over here.
Oh boy.
So anyway, yes, I have the tiki mug. I'm not really a collector of them, but it's a great deal, and the company that makes them is like, I guess they're pretty prominent.
Yeah.
Tiki mug maker.
Yeah.
And they were only charging $25 for it, so it's a great deal if you want to get in. If you're a tiki mug collector, if you're coming to Vegas, go to Viking Mike's. $25 for a really cool Viking head.
Now,
tiki mug.
And I just kind of caught this on a blurb this morning. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. You'll appreciate this. There's going to be a pop-up bar starting at the end of the month. I want to say like the 25th of March through sometime in May inside Parkway Tavern.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be called back to the video store. So it's going to be like it's going to be themed like a 90s era video store, much like in lieu of Blockbuster.
That makes sense because years ago when I was working for CBS Paramount, and there was a potential of me running their convention spaces, and one of the things I had talked to them about was, we're talking 15 years ago, was like opening up pop-ups in convention spaces for a bar. You know, have a mini pop-up that we'd open at night, and that was the conversation we had. Was just maybe finding a local bar and like putting up, you know, scrims and posters and stuff like that, and you know, videos on the TVs and stuff. And it's kind of cool to see that come, you know, be part of the zeitgeist now, you know.
So they were showing like a small picture, and it looks like a physical, like a VHS cassette, like the old, like the rental things, and then you pick up said movie, and it has a cocktail attached that you take it to the bartender.
Oh, cool.
And I think the admission is going to be like just under $20, and it's going to include your first cocktail, and I think they cap you at like 90 minutes.
That's a great idea. I mean, I love seeing like innovation, and I love seeing, you know, new stuff, you know, to get people, you know, to have new experiences, because I think a lot of people just kind of get stuck in the, you know.
And I don't know the owners of the Parkway Taverns, but you got to think, I mean, it's getting a different foot traffic in there. I mean, I get that, you know, everyone's got Coors Light on draft, but it's at least an example of trying to get bodies back in the bars, which is something that we always kind of talk about as one of the backing ideas of like what Vegas Day Drinkers is and Sip Social Light Shine. It's not just about getting shit-faced, of which we did the other day, but, you know, society as a whole, you know, getting people together, you know, and it's kind of probably going to lead into like why I'm getting on the algorithm, like Taffer's coming back up in my YouTube feed a lot. So I've kind of been watching him.
Hey, it's only a matter of time before we get Taffer on the show.
Right. I mean, he lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's my physical challenge for like the next month or so.
I would love to talk with him. You know, I'm sure he's probably quite the character.
Yeah, but like
you know,
there was it popped up in my YouTube feed that he was promoting his product, obviously the Taffer's brown butter
bourbon, yeah.
But he was
this episode brought to you by Mickey's and Taffer's brown butter bourbon.
Yes, of which we've both had. But he was talking to Bro Bible. Or that is his YouTube name? I don't know his real name, so of course he was on there supporting it. But
Bro Bible.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Never seen him before, but because Taffer was on, that's why it popped up. And he was, I mean, kind of saying the things that we've like passively said throughout many episodes. Younger people got more comfortable with staying at home, delivering home, streaming devices, edibles, and social media replacing actual face-to-face. So there's just like that next generation, you know, the DoorDashes of the world, you know, the Netflixes or whatever, everything's just a deliverable to you at home, you know, except that actual human interaction. And everyone thinks they're smarter than everybody else. So, you know, they can dictate that. But like, you know, a lot of my daily updates I've been trying to do is talk about that, you know, third space where people actually get in front of each other. And if you agree with them or you don't agree with them, at least you're having that conversation. You're not just a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Or as you said, you hopped on X and it was quite enlightening.
Well, I mean, you know, like I peruse like a couple different social media things, but X is very, very, I guess you'd say like red pilled or like broified. You know, like there's a lot of racism and sexism and you know, political stuff. And that was me signing in with a random account with no prior, you know, search data or anything like that.
This episode brought to you by the redacted Epstein files also, and X. But another point, he kind of like deviated from the societal norms of pubs and bars and restaurants and talked about, you know, like in America alone, there is 5,400 whiskey SKUs. That means there's 5,400 different whiskeys that are currently available for sale in the United States marketplace.
So that's why there's a retraction in the market right now, because
of course,
you know, it's just overblown.
And he said the average bar restaurant has approximately 40 at the bar, and only 17 of those sell. And of that 17 that sell most often, the top 3 brands are 70% of revenue.
Yeah.
So you got to think Jameson, Jack.
Of course. Well, like bourbons.
Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, in the whiskey
makers.
I mean.
You go a little bit higher in like Knob Creek and. You
know. Well, that would be in the 40, but you know, what people just call. I mean, obviously we worked in an Irish pub, and I pour a lot of Jameson at the airport. I pour a lot of Jack.
I think we were like, weren't we the #1 seller of Jameson in the state for a while? I'm sure so. It was back and forth between us and Double Down.
Yeah.
Because they had that deal. You could get it was called the PB&J. Do they still do that?
I'm not sure.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and Shot of Jameson?
Yeah, and we are recording this on March 11th, so we're less than a week away.
From the big day.
From the big day, Green Day, Guinness Day. And then we got invited to go with Raul in a couple weeks on a Jameson pub crawl.
Hell yeah, it's going to be
Kind of a, Darren wants to talk about his private clubs and the rich, but I guess we're being pretentious pricks because it's supposed to be kind of bartenders only. But
well, I mean, marketing-wise, would you rather, take your bartenders out? Because who's going to sell your product?
right,
You
no,
know?
absolutely.
And also, like if you're like the owner of Jameson, would you rather have a party in Las Vegas where you're gonna your reach is gonna be you have bartenders selling your product for you, and it's gonna reach Remember when there was that outbreak, that foodborne illness at the Firefly, your tapas place,
Yep.
and that went to what, like 17 states,
Yeah.
and so you have a party in Vegas, you have bartenders, they're gonna spread it, it's gonna go all over the country, and it's free marketing.
And they're trying to get back to that because I think it was a different head at Jameson for a while. Like back in the early to mid 2000s, every year, every major city had like a Jameson ball. And kind of to Darren's point, it got all the bartenders in said town out and about on a free night hosted by Jameson, where all you're really drinking is their featured products, either cocktails that are made with Jameson or just shots. And what better way to grow a brand, which it did, because everyone just learned to call, like, you want a Jameson with that? You want a Jameson? And you start calling it.
Note to Taffer, have a party.
Right.
You know what? I remember,
JT, we're calling you out, bud.
I made I got a bottle of the Taffer's brown butter bourbon and a little cold brew
Okay.
and some sweet cream cold foam. Oh my god, it's freaking good, dude. On the rocks.
Did you do one of the Alkali's cold foams?
What's that?
No. Which those are ridiculously expensive for what they are. It's like $15 a can. I'm like, go F yourself.
Yeah, no, I just made it. You
Okay.
you just get some cream. You put a little bit of flavor in there, and then you just whip it up.
It's funny because like when I was reviewing some pieces to write this podcast episode,
We did it like how they've been doing it for a million years. Like we hand shook it.
okay,
Remember at McMullen's?
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically like cold foam essentially.
yeah. But when I was reviewing it, they were doing a guide to like St. Patty's Day next week and all the places to party, and of course Fremont Street. You know what they didn't name?
What?
They didn't name McMullen's.
Why?
They didn't name Reraw.
Why?
They didn't name Sean Patrick. It
Why?
was like, well, it's just because it's what it's become.
Sean Patrick's is.
Well, but you know what I mean. It's what it's become. It's become like when you first got here, or when you first kind of got here 25 years ago, 22 years ago. St. Patrick's Day wasn't as big as it's like Halloween. Halloween has grown to be this bigger celebration than ever.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like I was at a Walmart earlier, and I just happened to walk down the candy aisle, and it looked like Halloween, but it's Easter.
Really?
It's insane. Candy, toys everywhere. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
But yeah, I mean, and like it's just year after year it's surmounted, and then of course the proper Irish people are upset because in Walmart markets, because you get your $8, Irish yoga shirt, and it portrays the Irish as just blathering drunks. Brought to you by Vegas Day Drinkers.
And I'm here to tell you the biggest drunks in the world are not Irish. They are Australians, New South Wales.
Yes.
Like, let me tell you, oh my God, wild people.
Right.
I love it. They were fun.
But they just, like you go out to every store now and it's green beads and it's a faux like red beard and it's this and that. And it's fun. It's fine. It's the jovialness of the day.
And hey, if you go to an actual Irish pub, don't ask for green beer because they don't do it. If it's a real Irish pub, they will not do it.
Yes.
If it's a fake one, sure.
Which we haven't actually checked the color profile of this Mickey's. But
Now I'm gonna get called out on it. They'll be like, "We serve green beer." I'm like, okay, do what you know. What I should preface that by saying, do whatever you want. You know what? We're literally hurling through space on a little rock.
Change. That's the second time you've said that today.
was
Change
working
in
it in.
times. We talked about Hennessy on Fremont Street. It used to be a big pint of Guinness outside. Then it was a Bass, and now it's a freaking Surfside. So what the hell?
Hey, money talks and bullshit walks.
That's right.
You want to sell something? You want to sell space?
Corporate sponsorship. There we go. So,
I hear your wife is a big fan.
yeah, she quite likes the hard teas, iced teas. They don't taste horrible, And
So what's next on what is that? Saks closing?
Saks announced this week
Saks? You mean Saks the
Fifth Avenue.
Saks Fit? Wow.
at a fashion show.
Okay.
Which in the world of, again, being more comfortable at home, we can just order everything on Amazon.
Yeah.
And, we've talked about that before in episodes too. Hell, I have a love-hate relationship with Walmart. I think you do too.
Oh yeah.
But Walmart to me has always been, I don't have to have the thing, the tag on my keys, and I have to scan it to get the best price. It's usually just the best price.
I'm a Trader Joe's kind of guy, but like there's not one close to me. So like if I need something in a hurry, I just gotta go down the road to Walmart. But
Sure.
unfortunately, I would much rather go to
I would, much rather go to Trader
Mom
Joe's
and
too.
pop.
But I'm like similar to you. It's like
Trader
not
Joe's
close
is
to
a
it.
huge corporation, but like if there is there a local, is there like a family owned grocery store anymore?
I don't think so.
Well, I take that back. I would go to what's the one that's employee owned? There's a couple of them here in town, but they're all the way on the other side of town
Winco?
from me. Yes, Winco.
Okay.
I would shop there 100% because it's employee owned.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
way
but
on
the
the
mom
other
and
side of town
I mean
from
the
me.
only really mom and pop that I've ever really known out here is probably Glazier's, and that
Remember, Glazier's is gone.
yeah. But I mean, well, he got old and sold it.
Yeah.
The kids didn't want to do it.
It's in Albertsons now or something.
Smith's, I believe. Maybe it's an Albertsons.
So sad.
Yeah.
My mom worked grocery AG, which was Associated Grocers, which was like the union, and she worked at a small locally owned family owned grocery store for 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I helped out. It was great.
When was the last time you were actually in Fashion Show Mall?
I picked up something Apple there. No, I picked up a Lego set there that I
Okay.
picked up. Not the one you saw me working out over there, but I picked up one.
We're starting to riff here because we're coming to the close of the episode. But did you see also this week that the M Hotel and Casino is offering $5 cocktails?
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that.
Yeah,
There's
so
some deals. We should add that as a section in here. Like every week, we should look at offer discounted. But that's a topic for another one. So what does that include? Like $5 anything? Because I remember way back in the day when M first opened, they had $5 cocktails and you could get Johnny Walker Blue for $5.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can get Johnny Walker Blue for $5, but
You could back then, but that was when they first opened, and that was 15 years ago.
well, I think Survey was telling me too that PT's right now is offering because of March special or something like Don Julio 42 for like $12.
Wow, it's still too expensive.
Right. But I mean, we talked about this on the patio yesterday or wherever we did one of our lives, South Point, like the $2 beers,
Yeah.
the Red Rocks or the station properties offering the $3 beers and the $3 shots, or the $1.99 frozen margarita, or double bang yourself with an extra shot for $2 more.
Hey, Chris, I don't want to know what you're doing on the side, okay?
I'm double banging a frozen
Double
margarita.
banging it, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, whiskey tango, do the fandango.
Foxtrot something.
Speaking of that, Strait of Hormuz with lit. No,
Oh God.
nope, stayed away from that one.
What did somebody call it? He said Strait of Hormuz is more like Horn of Kabloos or something like that.
Who said that?
I don't remember, but I thought it was funny because if you're going through there, you might get a kabloozy.
And I was thinking about this the other day too, is we post on the Vegas Bartender and Service page on Facebook.
Hey,
and
we don't care about that stuff because we're dealing with the drinks, and if the drinking is affected, then that will be an issue.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, sorry.
But, we post on there, and I kind of a cat call to the rest of you because we'll probably post on some of. Are you guys doing this? I mean, we provide very real and good information. And when we're out in the streets, in Vegas.
We're so hard, Chris.
What's that?
We're so hard. We're in the streets, man.
Yeah.
I need to get a Mickey's tattoo now. Like,
It just hits different. That's why it's called Mickey's in March Modifies Moods.
yeah.
But, Jesus.
Hey,
But I mean, I think about this because, when we do this, it makes us, become more educated and more informed of what's happening in the city. And I talk to people every day at the airport that don't necessarily live here. And I talked to a couple the other day that were perfectly fine, and they had no idea that Tesla had tunnels here.
really?
No idea. And they were just flummoxed. And as I was explaining to them, and how, I was like, look it up on YouTube. You can see hundreds of videos. If
It's
not
a
thousands.
favorite hangout of the Morlocks. If you don't know what a Morlock is, look it up.
Yeah. So if a person's too scared and they put more locks on their front door.
That's funny.
But kind of like the Tesla tunnel is led into I guess the last talking point with
What? I do not know where the exit one airport. Where does the airport one exit? I've been looking it up and I can't figure it out.
So I think the last quarter mile, I don't know exactly myself. I've been looking for that too. The last quarter mile, they're going to come up to surface level. It's not going to be like a underground drop off. And then from my understanding,
Well, I know it's adjacent to the employee parking, but I don't know exactly where.
Yeah, neither do I. So
And it's already open, but
is it? I
I'm
thought it was
pretty
supposed to be
sure.
by the end of the month. Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's why I don't know.
Maybe we need to go on a field trip.
Yeah.
Not with an open container. We obviously encourage rideshare, which is a good segue into today, or like yesterday, Zoox announced their partnership with Uber starting this summer.
Oh yeah.
So if you go into the Uber app, you'll be able to hail a fully autonomous vehicle.
So
It's still limited though, because Zoox is only kind of, I think they're offering, if you download the Zoox app concurrently right now, you can get a free ride, but it's only doing like limited between like Resorts World, New York, Top Golf, and maybe one other thing, Area 15.
So-
That's what it was.
you heard my rant the other day about Elon Musk. Like how he's got a lot of hate going on, and I'm not a particularly huge fan, but I'm like he should use some of his power and money to make it legal for if you have self-driving in your Tesla to be able to, hit that button and be able to give yourself a ride home if you've been to the bar, because I've used it to drive all the way to California. It works great. And you
the
can
car?
get into a Zoox. You can get into a Zoox and not get a DUI, and it'll take you from location to location. So I mean, obviously the lawyers and the courts and all that, they're not going to want to do that because they make money off of it. But if there's a way that you could prove that you're self-driving, and I think it would be fantastic because
What you talked about, that obviously that add-on feature over the life of the vehicle, if it's worth it. But I mean, honestly, yeah, if you like that became a marketable trait, like an additional $10,000 to offset one being more responsible, and two, of course, it's not going to happen because of what you said, because the lawyers will never allow that because they'll dive their business.
Yeah, I mean, people don't trust the technology, and I get it because it's whatever you've heard misinformation, but I'm here to tell you, like I've literally had it driving me all the way to California, 300 miles, downtown LA.
He wasn't
me
in the
around.
car though, but that's okay. No kidding.
Yeah. I just videotaped it. No, I mean literally, like I put Chris's dog in the driver's seat and I had it drive us around town. It was great.
Yeah.
You should have seen the looks.
Casey was like this. Ooh.
He's a great driver.
Yeah. Anyway, squirrel?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we have autonomous. I think we're going to wrap this one up. So we're trying to get back on the week-to-week format. We're doing a lot more lives. Darren did a bartender's confession yesterday. That did pretty well on Facebook. I sprung that on him.
Yeah, no idea. He's like, hey, read this, do this. And I'm like, my beard's like crooked. I look like a freaking leprechaun.
Yeah, he was the wicked gnome.
Yeah.
This one we're calling again episode 35, Mickey's in March Modifies Moods.
All right. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Sip, socialize, shine, like and subscribe, do all the things that every other creator puts out there. And we do appreciate it. We are going to do that event with Raul. And then we've reached out about another event in June that will be more public. So keep following us, keep liking, keep commenting.
And please let us know what you'd like to see from us. If you'd like to see less of us, if you'd like to see more of us. And if you have any suggestions, like I mentioned earlier, maybe a segment where we talk about Vegas deals that can be had if you're planning, I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, we're going to get other bartenders on here too and have them talk about their stories. And don't forget to check me out on onlyfans.com/white whale.
White whale.
And see my big toe.
Blubber up, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.